Welcome back, YouTube, to episode 2 of the Wired Up podcast. My name is Jodabeni.
I'm Taz.
And today we're going to be discussing about how social media is back at it again, trying to, take more money out of us. And we're going to get straight into it. So the biggest news that just happened right now, Facebook is trying to remerge the Messenger app that they decided to separate in 2014 back into the app itself.
I'm not sure who told them to separate it in the first place.
Exactly.
I'm glad somebody finally said, all right, put it back.
Yeah, because if you pay attention to all the other apps, if you go to TikTok, you don't need another app to message people. If you go on Instagram, you don't need another app to message people. And if you go on Twitter, you don't need another app. So that created such an inconvenience that personally me, I don't even have the Facebook app anymore. I just keep the Messenger. If I need to post something on the marketplace, I post it and then I delete the Facebook app because I don't need it. And then I just wait for somebody to message me because I still get those through Messenger. Everything you posted on Facebook Marketplace, you get those messages in your Messenger. Yep. And that's just a great inconvenience. So I feel like they want to bring people back to the actual Facebook because that's where whenever you see Facebook Reels, that's where you hold your viewership.
I bet whenever they looked at their numbers, they saw a massive difference between Messenger and Facebook. Mm-hmm. I still remember that day clearly where I was on Facebook for whatever reason and I wanted to message, or I saw a little message icon and I tapped it. And it
sent you to the App Store.
What's
Honestly,
going on here?
I remember the first time that happened to me, I was so pissed, I literally deleted the app. I was like, you are literally not going to make me download another app to send a message. What is this scamming?
It's insane.
It made no sense. I don't know if they were trying to shove so many things into Facebook app that they were like, you know what? Let's just make the Messenger a separate entity. Because on that Facebook app, they have the marketplace, they have Facebook dating, they have your regular Facebook.
That could be what it is. Because, if you look at Facebook, it's super cluttered. They have so much. Some people use all this extra stuff, but it's just so much stuff on the app where they probably thought, okay, let's separate it to have one dedicated messaging app, which in theory is not a bad idea, but like we said, everywhere else they have the messaging inside the app.
You remember there was a time where Facebook games, where you get on Facebook, people send you games. It was popular at a certain point, and I think they all started to fall off around 2013. You don't go to Facebook to play games. Facebook games is now associated with scams and your account being hacked. Yep. So people don't even do that anymore. Yep. If I was Facebook, I'd take off all the trivial games that people play what would you look like when you're 50? Nobody cares. And if I ever see that, if somebody sends me a link, you should test this out, I already think it's a scam.
It's a scam.
Right? So they should just get rid of that because if they want to bring Messenger back, I would vote them. They take that off immediately.
Yeah. Well, all the excess is not necessary. And I think it just continues to clutter it even more.
Mm-hmm. And so right now, the biggest thing Facebook is battling is trying to keep Generation Z, all the new people being born, aren't using Facebook.
It's not for them.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is when you're 14 years old and hey, if I get on Facebook, my parents are there, all my family is there. But on Instagram, it's more like young people. Yep. It's not cool. Yep. You don't want to be on social media with your parents.
And I think it's just not tailored well. You have Twitter, which is something short, right? To limit your tweet, right? So it's kind of we have short attention span anyways. I'm not going to go on Facebook and read this long-ass essay that some dude wrote. A quick little tweet. Oh, cool. Move on, right? It's quicker that way. Facebook, it's for the older generation who actually sit, read, digest, and everything.
The only thing that's keeping Facebook, Meta, new name, the only thing that's keeping it afloat is the fact that they came first.
Yep.
There's the fact that they came first. There's people in other countries that aren't new. Like a lot of people in Africa aren't very familiar with Instagram. They're not very familiar with Twitter. They just know Facebook. Mm-hmm. You go to Facebook, they know Facebook and WhatsApp. Anybody who comes internationally, they just know Facebook and WhatsApp.
Yep.
Anything else is still fairly new. But as other countries start to develop, Facebook, they're going to pop into Instagram and they're not going to leave. They're going to pop into Twitter, they're not going to leave. And slowly, Facebook is going to go on the opposite end. Yep. And I wonder if they can fix this.
They're gonna have to pivot. I mean, not to mention, I mean, they have even account. There's so many account issues with Facebook, like security issues. We talk about scamming. So now they're implementing. They want to do Meta Verify, right? So they want to do like some sort of verification. You upload your ID and then verify. Like Twitter.
So pretty much they're copying Twitter.
Right. So it's funny. Everybody made fun of Twitter for that, but then they were like, oh wait. This is actually a good idea for account security.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if somebody messaged you and you knew for sure that they have been ID verified, you know you're not getting scammed.
Yep.
So let's say even if you're a brand or just a regular human being and somebody messages you, because people message other people on Instagram all the time, but you don't know who's actually authentic or who's trying to kill you or something like that. Because if somebody has ill intent and they're verified, everything is associated
with that person.
So there's a higher chance they'll get caught. So there's a lesser likely chance of them to do harm at you coming at you with a verified account.
Yep.
I
think that's the intention. And the good thing about ID Verify, it's not like those dating apps. They have the picture verified, but they don't actually verify your picture. They just verify that you're in the right pose.
Yeah.
Right. With an ID verification, your name, your identification is attached to you. So whatever stuff you do on the internet, it's attached to you and follow you, which is good because that will really limit and it will limit and mitigate what people say online, right? And people will create a fake account and like troll other people. But now if you only interact, like they're probably gonna have like on Twitter, they already have like you can only like see or be messaged by people who are verified, right? At that point, like the trolls won't matter because they have to be verified in the first place. And if they're verified, they're gonna be really careful with what they say and do on the internet.
So my question is, do you think it's right that they're charging everybody? Because right now, how much you have Twitter Blue?
Right.
So how much are you paying for it?
I think it's around $8 a month.
$8 a month. Meta is coming out with theirs, and it's gonna be $11.99 if you pay for it on the internet, and it's gonna be $14.99 if you buy it in the App Store. Because with the Apple App Store, you owe a percentage to them, and for the Google Store, you owe a percentage too.
Yeah.
So they can't tell users to, hey, click this link to go pay for it on the internet. So they're letting them know you can buy them on the app, but if you want it cheaper, you can also go on the web. That doesn't go against Apple rules because you notice Fortnite, they were trying to force all their players to buy their packages outside of the App Store so that they can maximize.
And they removed it.
They removed
swiftly
it.
and quickly.
Lost billions due to just being greedy.
Yeah.
So we have those prices. Is it right that they're charging people for verification? Should it all social media accounts that's about someone shouldn't it be a base requirement for them to be verified?
So
because we don't want the rule said you have to be over 13. Right. There's no way to verify the person using this account is over 13. But somebody with an ID verifies you're over a specific age.
Yeah, but I guess, whether or not it's right or not, I guess it just depends on your own morals, right? At the end of the day, it is a business, so they need to make money somehow.
Yeah.
And they're going to, now whether, I don't know how they came up with that arbitrary number, 8, 11, 14, I don't know, but I think it's a small price to pay for verification. And I think you're essentially paying into like almost an elitist club, whereas like the people that have this check mark are real people.
Yeah.
Right. So I think for me, like once this takes off even more, I'm only going to interact with blue checked people. Because why would I interact with people? It could just be another troll. People, you know what I'm saying? But if it's someone that has a blue check, I know, okay, this guy, he's a real person. He's either very smart or he's dumb. And, especially Twitter has a big issue where you get blocked by somebody, they create another account.
Oh,
and then you just...
Yeah. So that way, eventually they're going to be like, only approve messages from verified accounts.
Exactly.
Now, people who really wanted to reach out, now they got to go pay whatever the requirement is to be verified that you are real.
Yeah.
Everybody makes fun of Twitter, but Meta, Facebook, they're getting it too. Now you have the option to do that on Instagram verification as well.
Exactly what's going to happen.
So
it's going to happen.
Facebook is going to double capitalize because they own Facebook and Instagram. If you're paying, let's say, the $12 a month on Instagram to be verified on Instagram, and you're paying an additional $12 to be verified on the main Facebook, $24 a month to be verified on both platforms.
I just thought about something. So honestly, this is probably Instagram's saving grace.
Yeah.
Because of how many bot accounts there are on Instagram. All you have to do is limit only people who can interact with my page, real people.
Exactly.
The bot problem is over and done. Just like that, instant. Out of there.
And because for them to create bots, they would literally need to steal people's IDs.
But they couldn't because if that ID has already been verified, they can't re-verify with it. So that literally solves it. Meta probably sat back and watched Facebook do this like, good.
Yeah.
Because Twitter essentially tested out the market, right? They got all the hate, kind of like when Apple does things, right? Apple get the hate. They took out the charger, but then now everybody's right. But now with Twitter, they tested out Twitter Blue. People hated it. Blah 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 blah. Eventually, it stayed. But now Instagram's gonna do it. This is gonna be bot accounts' worst nightmare.
Yep,
worst nightmare.
I think it's actually gonna bring out the better experience of social media because I know there's people who want to reach out. Let's say you want to reach out to somebody who has 25,000 followers on Instagram or Twitter or what it may be, and my Instagram has over 2,000 followers. Sometimes I get people who are messaging, sometimes I get bot accounts, and sometimes it gets overwhelming. But people who are verified that it's a real person behind there, he took his time out of his day to get verified, putting his ID. You're talking to somebody real. You're more likely to open the message.
Yep.
So now even if you have 100 followers, you can message somebody with 20,000 followers and he'll read and respect your message because you are verified. Yep. He knows you're a human. Whatever message you send to him, he'll be like, okay, it has some backing behind it versus just
a random bot.
John Slayer.
Yeah, you don't know if it's a real
private
person.
account, not verified, and it could be Robert from Costa Rica trying to scam you for your money.
Yep.
Or your Nigerian parents.
Yep.
So Meta is actually testing this out in New Zealand, and I believe the other country was Australia. So they started rolling it out in New Zealand and Australia to test it out over there. And I'm guessing they're doing that because that's an English marketplace, but it isn't as big as the US or England or the UK.
Yeah, whenever you're testing things out, especially in software development, you want to test it out in smaller markets first. You see, not just if people like it, but if it breaks the software in any way, right? Having this massive amount of people try to verify all at once is bound to cause some issues. So they want to test it first, localize the issue, fix it, and then slowly expand. We probably won't
USA until 2024. Right?
Yeah, we'll probably not get it till it's
next
widespread.
year.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Instagram's incorporating the GIFs now. You can use GIFs, but not everybody has it yet.
Yeah, honestly, the GIF, whichever.
I say GIF. It's GIF.
Yeah, I used to call it GIF, but then I started calling the peanut butter GIF with the J. So I was like, nah, I can't call this peanut butter. I gotta call it GIF, because I used to be a GIF guy too. And then once I started eating GIF.
Yeah, but GIF came first.
Anyways, because all the social media is trying to keep up. I think the GIFs are actually a good addition to Instagram. It makes it more lively versus just text.
I like GIFs, and I like how the design is not too big. Cause I think that's the best part about Twitter, where I don't have to reply to somebody. I can just put a GIF, and okay.
And sometimes it's more entertaining.
Yeah, it's funny. It's hilarious. Yeah.
Usually, if you go on TikTok, your first thing is to do, let me go read the comments, because some people are ruthless in the comments, because those comments are funny. On Instagram Reels, I usually don't run to the comments, honestly.
Well, because it's full of bots.
Yeah.
So I never want to go.
Yeah. So, and then now that if you're verified, they prioritize your videos, your content, and your posts. So overall, when you pay, you get a better experience on their social media app.
Yep.
And I think that's a great add-on to it. But Meta says the main reason they're charging people is because for security reasons. Right. It says, hey, if you verify, your account will be more secure, and they'll be added to our list to keep track and making everything better. But if you're so worried about security issues, I think they should also focus on teaching people about their digital footprint. Not every app that wants to connect with Facebook or your Instagram or your Twitter should have access to your photos, your messages, because you need to read the fine print of what you are allowing. And some people don't see this, they're just like, oh yeah, I want to connect, check. Sometimes it's just better to just use your email to sign up, because you don't want to lose some sensitive data on your other apps Now some third party guy has all your messages, all your contacts, and now they're gonna be sending emails to those accounts.
And the thing about account security is, one, support, right? They have no support because there can be hundreds of billions of accounts, right? So, but now if you're paying for it, they know, okay, this is your one account, right? Like Netflix, right? Netflix, obviously, they have account support because they know you pay for this account. They can verify it. There's a paper trail. But Instagram, like, if you lose an account on Instagram, that's crazy.
Done. If somebody hacks you, you can literally verify. You can re-verify yourself. All right, is this really your account? Send us your driver license ID or enter your social security number information. But only people who have that access are those who are pre-verified because they're famous.
Right.
They can get their accounts back. But you're not verified. Your account gets taken. Oh, tough loss.
That's crazy.
Better restart because all your followers now are gonna be receiving a message in their DM saying, "Hey, I just won $50,000 with Bitcoin. Click this link because it is 100% real." So, do you think YouTube is gonna be adding a verification pay for service? I think they will.
I think they will, but I'm not sure they need it. I don't think YouTube has as big as a bot issue as others. I think it's when people are using bots for YouTube, it's usually to bot views. People on YouTube, I've never seen anybody go on YouTube to the comments to try to, let me find something to do today. Like, you know how they post those spam links? Now, obviously, they have those bots that are like, that act like they're the actual channel guy. But, text my WhatsApp number.
And they'll like put like a number and like let words, a number to, because there's some people who are really desperate who they're like, man, that guy really said I could get 10K. Some people are really desperate and they actually get them to type in those numbers, not realizing, this isn't the channel creator. Yeah, but
I think with YouTube, the reason why I don't think it's not that big of an impact is because YouTube, you don't really, the primary goal is not to interact, it's to watch. Social media, like Twitter, you're interacting with others, so it's kind of makes sense to interact with people who are verified. But if I open up YouTube, I don't care. Sometimes I'm not even signed in. I just go to YouTube, find a video, or watch a video. If it depends on the kind of video, I'll go look at the comments. If it's like a tutorial, if I can't figure something out. But for the most part, I don't look at the comments. I just watch the video, get what I need to do, I'm out. But Twitter, Instagram, like you have to go to the comments sometimes, interact, and it's full of bots or dumb stuff. So I don't think it's gonna have the same like, wow, we really need this for YouTube. Plus, YouTube is your YouTube account is associated with Google, which Google has excellent support for accounts. So
even for regular.
So it is not that big of a deal. I mean, you can create billions of different emails, but they'll still help you, you know.
So about a month ago, YouTube came out with new rules announcing that they're gonna crack down on profanity. So apparently, if you have profanity in the first 30 seconds of your YouTube video, it would be demonetized or it would be pushed to less people because it had a curse word in it.
Right.
And the problem with this is there's creators out there that their audience isn't children. Like the whole purpose of YouTube Kids is so that you can post your videos and don't worry about your profanity being bad or in front of children because YouTube literally made a different app for young kids. And if they're trying to punish creators for expressing themselves on their content, because people want to know the real you. If you're a person that cuss all the time and your YouTube persona is not that, then you're making a fake you. But people want to connect with the real person. There's people who cuss all the time, but they're good people. Just because somebody cusses all the time doesn't make them evil. So today, or like 2 days ago, they announced that they're going to be lowering and changing their profanity rules because a bunch of creators thought it was really dumb. It was a PR move for like advertisers, but it wasn't even worth it, right? Advertisers don't even care. Advertisers already know channels that they don't want their content in front of. But if an advertiser is so nitpicking because you said the F word in front of their customer wouldn't be watching that video if they were so against cuss words. So it kind of doesn't make sense.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. It's a dumb rule, and it probably was just for PR stunt. But I mean, it's good because now you can. So they say moderate profanity. So obviously you just can't go crazy.
But I mean, have you seen the Griffin guy, the comedian?
Yeah.
He has no. His is beyond vulgar.
Long Beach Griffin.
Long Beach Griffin. That guy. I mean, I think he's very funny. But like,
I don't think
10
he's
seconds
monetized,
in.
though.
Yeah, he is.
You monetize him?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why people are like, it feels like YouTube just skipped over his channel because he has all the LGBTQ jokes. He has all the racist jokes. Anything you can think of, he says it. But people love his content.
Yeah, because it's real.
Yeah, he'll upload it and people will watch it. And that's like, if people were so against what he was saying, they wouldn't watch it.
Exactly.
They'd want it banned. They would petition. Even people in those communities that he makes fun of, but he doesn't care. He's a black dude. He'll make race jokes against his own type about everybody, but people enjoy his content because it's very, he makes it very funny and his viewers enjoy it.
He talks about real stuff but he packaged it up in a funny, comedic way. But it's like, there's always like a deeper meaning to what he's talking about.
And if you made it this far in the podcast, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe button because we're trying to bring you guys as much podcast episodes as much as possible. So if you hit the subscribe button and the alert button, whenever we upload or when we share some of our clips, you'll be notified so you can go ahead and check it out. Especially if you don't get time to watch the whole podcast, there may be a part of the clip that we will clip later and post it that you can watch. We know everybody's busy, but we really do appreciate the support from everybody who comes watching us. This is episode 2, and we're grateful that you guys came. And my name is Jodabeni. You can follow me on my Instagram at Jodabeni.
Follow me at Tazia Moma.
And we'll see you guys in the next episode.